Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and also slightly running out of creative ways to spice up this intro, so you're just gonna have to do with classic intro to go with your classic Spyro the Dragon 1, which is what this game is. And, Haunted Towers. Kind of an interesting level. Now note this suit of armor here, for a number of reasons. First of all, that's kind of this level's gimmick. I was about to say this gimmick's level, but remember that this is here, for more than one reason. Also doors, you can sort of just burp through them. Which is one way of words. You could burp through a door. Now note, that one's dead. There's this one that's alive, because some wizard... Not this wizard, I don't think. Because that's just a retextured version of the wizards from some other one. But there's a wizard here somewhere that's bringing all these suits of armors to life. Suits of armors, I think I over-pluralized. But that's where this level gets its Japanese name from, because I've said before, I like how the Japanese names focus on different aspects. Although, for the most part, the Japanese level names, I feel, when they focus on a level's gimmick, they stop sounding like level names and sound more like gimmick labels. But look, we can kill these suits of armors now and also bust through that metal door, and since we still have the firepower, because it is only a temporary thing, kill that one, and because we've noted that these suits of armors have gems in them, we should go back and kill this one as well. It's very easy to forget about that, because it looks like it's just a set piece, because it's an enemy that never actually comes to life and attacks you, so you'd be forgiven for thinking that it's just a bit of scenery and you don't really have any business destroying it. But while I can, I'd like to grab the Super Flame again, because of course you get unlimited refills of this glass of spicy Pepsi. But I just want to show off, for no reason whatsoever, Super Flame. You could destroy anything with it immediately. You don't have to faff around jumping over chests and spinning propeller blades and shit. You could just charge straight on in and blow it open with your mouth breath. I would say as opposed to what, but then I had the mental image of with arse breath, i.e. by farting aggressively. Yes, if you fart aggressively at a chest, I'm not going to judge you if you're into farting on chests, but, it's not my sort of thing. Well, this episode's already starting off at a higher note than the previous. Really? Really? Okay, well, I just had to completely replay everything I just did because we haven't hit a checkpoint yet. But what just happened there is these whirlwinds, right? They don't just immediately lift you off the ground. They do still obey physics to something of a degree. If you jump into them with, if you jump and then land in the whirlwind on your downward swing of your jump, then you will fall down a bit before you get back up. And apparently, the lift generated by that whirlwind wasn't enough to lift me out of the bottom of the whirlwind, and so because I fell out the bottom of the whirlwind, it stopped lifting me up, and so I fell out. Dragon! I misread that as Kosovo and Costco at the same time.
Hey Spyro, all dragons know there's magic in a fairy's kiss. See what it can do to your power of flame.
Now, it's not just me, but... Well, I know for a fact that it's not just me because this is a thing with a capital T, but that dragon there, Kosoko, I think that can't be a Japanese-inspired name, because, as I recall, Japanese names that end in ko are uniquely girls' names, even though ko by itself means child, so apparently it's a diminutive, and that only applies to girls? I don't know. So that suggests to me that while the Dreamweaver dragon names are Japanese-inspired, they're not meant to be representatives of Japanese culture, I suppose? Either that or someone just saw the name and liked it and didn't realise it was a female-exclusive name. Either that or it is a female dragon who just has a really masculine voice, in which case more power to them. But to me, the name looks equal parts Japanese, Costco, and Kosovo. Far be it from me to accidentally advertise people, and probably should have kept looking at that chest just to prove that it exploded open with a whole bunch of gems. Weirdly enough, you could hear the gems exploding out into the air, because they make little tunes like that. Which somewhat reminds me, in Season of Ice, at the very least, for the Game Boy Advance, possibly for, actually, I don't know if we can get these enemies yet. I feel like if we get the fairy from over there and really rush, we might... Okay, I'll give it a try. But, in the Game Boy Advance titles, especially Season of Ice, I don't remember whether that applies to Season of Flame as well, and I'm fairly sure it doesn't apply to Spyro Adventure, or Attack of the Rhinox if you live in America. I played... that was my second ever Let's Play, and I also streamed it as well, so there you go. And what was I talking about? You can definitely get to these suits of armor with this first set of fire. What was I talking about? Yeah, certainly in Season of Ice, when you hit a chest or something that contains multiple gems, it plays a little jingle, and, well, it does anyway, just It's the sound of many gems being exploded into the atmosphere. But child me described it to myself as a happy birthday jingle. Like capital H, capital B, capital J. Just because that's... It sort of sounded a little bit like a non-copyright birthday song to me. And oh look, there's supercharge in here as well. And oh, I forgot about this anti-room, so I stopped charging a bit prematurely. We have more metal doors to blast our arse way through. We must become the Arse Blaster 9000. This shouldn't make me giggle, but it does. Wow. You missed the first door, and in correcting yourself to hit the second door, you missed the second door as well. Well, let's get a dragon then instead to make up for your failures. Lutalo!
Hold your horns! Here comes Spyro!
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most. Nasty Nork.
Is it just me, or was that dragon's scales like much, much more better textured visually than some of the others that we've seen? Oh, we're gonna need a supercharge there anyway. Because, yeah, spoiler alert, an enemy that can be killed by a super flame can be killed by supercharge as well, but oh, well there's a super flame here, so completely ignore what I was saying about the supercharging the doors, and having to supercharge that asshole and this asshole and all the arse. We're just shoving all of the fire into so many assholes, and it's kind of erotic. Except it's not. What is this episode? Holy shit! I keep saying weird stuff, but despite everything, this is still a higher brow of commentary than the previous episodes that I've recorded today, because yep, I'm still on that self-same recording binge. And I think as a testament to that, it sounds like the father just got home, so here's hoping he doesn't shout and ruin the recording. Not for the sake of being shouty, but just to be like, yo, I'm home. But he's closer than that, he wouldn't say yo, but nevertheless. But I think he knows I might be recording. Why is this even a thread of commentary? That this is strangely fourth wall breaking. I almost feel like I should just pause and tell him, but no, I'm gonna take a bit of a gamble and hope that he realizes. Now, we do have a bit of supercharged shenanigans to do. Or do we? I think we do. Yeah, he's just going to the bathroom. He knows I'm recording. Yeah, so we're gonna need to supercharge around that spiral there. I think possibly launch ourselves up here and... oh, goodness. I know we have to do some sort of supercharge weirdness in here because there's that hole in the ceiling up there, and I don't remember how you get up there. I remember you needing to do some sort of fancy shenanigan in order to get up there, but I don't remember exactly what it entails, but that's okay, because I'll have to work it out by the end of the episode, because this is 100% or bust. Or 100% bust. Well, no. I was setting up for a boob joke, and it sounded like It sounded like what I was essentially saying was... I'm having to choose between success or failure or 100% failure. That's not what I meant. I was trying to go for success, failure, or boobs. Which just makes it sound even stranger, so I should probably just stop. Like, someone just slapped me with an oversized jumper because flippity flop I need to stop. So much super flame. I would make some sort of joke about being super fly, but no one says that anymore. It's 2016, not 1996, and that's the end of the level, so we're definitely missing some thangs with a T. Well, I mean, how else would you spell thangs? Okay, I've dropped out of being quality commentary, albeit weird, which is all one expression with capital letters as appropriate. I've just resumed being unacceptor Tess. It's just mouth diarrhea at this point, and I can only apologise, but hey, with any luck you might still be watching, so let's try and do this crazy super jump shenanigan stuff that I don't remember how do. Admittedly, it's not particularly easy because there's all these winding corridors that make it difficult to set up for where you're trying to jump to it. Nope. Womp womp. I forgot to hit a checkpoint, and so all the enemies are now not dead. What a nuisance. Okay, all bets are on. Can I get it this time? Can I? Nope. No. Called it. Maybe there's another way that I'm just forgetting about. So, this room first so I can get the fairy and blow down the door without having to worry about supercharging. Admittedly, this level isn't my forte, and of the levels that I've practiced, this is not one of the levels that I've practiced. I could have worded that so much better. But yes, what am I doing with my life? I actually don't remember where I go from here, so this might be a little bit of blind fumbling. I think instead of having to spin around on this platform, I think we still have to supercharge to there, but then go left instead of right. Well, I'll give it a fair go, and then if I don't remember what to do, then I'll just cut and show me successfully getting to where I'm going, because I don't know, I have no excuse for not practicing the Dreamweaver's levels, but I haven't practiced the Dreamweaver's levels. Now if I go this way and then up here, that's the fuck. I would say I successfully fucked, but I mean, that's no, just steady on. Okay, so this is the bit that I could never remember how to get to, and to be fair, you can see why I kept forgetting how to get to it, because it's difficult to get to when Copado say words.
You've become a master of the supercharge. Great work.
I have no idea what you just said, because for some reason the Dreamweaver's Dragons, not necessarily more softly spoken than the others, but, oh god, this room, I remembered to think about this next room, but you need to be kind of quick, because there's this wave of magic that comes through the room and brings each statue to life, or set of armor to life. And once they come to life, they block your path, which means you can't get past. Oh, I just made it. And it was those wizards that were bringing the statues to life. I was quite mistaken. So yeah, once these come to life, there's no way of getting past them. Like, you need to race to the top of this room in order to get to the wizard and beyond. Now, this fairy, slightly different outfit. And the reason why that is this Super Flame power-up is permanent. Well, that implies that we can keep it forever and ever. No. For as long as we're in this level, it's permanent, although if you come back to this level, like if you leave and come back, you have to re-get this power-up. It's not like, oh, you're in this level, you now permanently have Super Flame whenever you come in. No, you have to come and talk to that, well, get kissed by that fairy every single time you come here to re-get it. But since I'm only doing each level once, because I 100% each level on my first try, goddammit, we have permanent Super Flame until we leave. So, now I'm kind of surprised, but also kind of not, that using Super Flame on the fireworks, they still light like normal fireworks. Whereas with, where are the last gems? Oh yes, hang on. Bearing in mind, if you Super Flame a chest with the spinny, like the spinny blades on top, or if, oh wow, that was a lot of gems. I was hoping it was, because we're missing quite a few, but wow, that was the last, wow, okay. I am okay with this. And yet only 3 dragons, funnily enough. Yeah, bearing in mind, if you Super Flame one of those yellow chests where you normally have to jump over it, or if you Super Flame one of those chests where you have to flame it several times to get the thing spinning, like, they combust immediately with, like it ain't no thing. But with the Super Flame on fireworks, they still behave like you flamed them normally. Am I the only one who finds that a bit strange? Now, as I recall, I don't think the permanent Super Flame can be overwritten if you talk to a temporary flame fairy. But, I mean, we could just leave level now, but I'm kind of curious. So if we have this fairy kiss us... No, she won't. She just won't even touch us, because we've been kissing other fairies behind her back. So, she's jealous. But yeah, so I think that's the only level with a permanent Super Flame power-up, and we'll meet one more level like this before the end of the game, where, at some point, but I'm not going to specify the specifics, you get a permanent power-up, which in any other level would be temporary. But I'm not going to specify what that is, because, well, I just want to leave you in suspense. So, at this point, the only thing we have left to do in this homeworld, just to double-check, yeah, all we have left to do now is fight the boss, which, as you'll recall, his name is Jacques. And I could make some joke about Jontron, but then again, well, I already have now, it's too late. I was going to rise above it, but then I realised that it was too late. Wow, this is some sort of strange meta-continuity where I'm commentating my own commentary. Is this good, or is this just plain lazy? Although I suppose that unto itself is a valid question. Is this a good, enjoyable series? Because I know I don't have... I don't bring my strongest commentary to the table. Not deliberately by any means, but just... I have so much fun playing the game, and that is a pretty background. I have so much fun playing this game that my inner child comes out, and my inner child isn't very good at speaking English. Also, we have exactly 10,000 gems, and that is very, very pleasing to my eye. Now, I said before that every boss level is based on a level within that homeworld. And this one's probably the hardest to identify, because we have completely new enemies here for a change. But we do have the Fools, so I'd be tempted to say that it's at least partly based on Dark Passage, Dark Passage, simply because it's got the Fools in it. because it's not really, like, there's not really any obvious ties to Lofty Castle or the level we just did, so excuse you. Really, excuse you with your flowers. And I suppose it's something of a mislabel to say that every level is based on a level in that homeworld, but it just seems to ring true for all the others. Like, Toasty is mildly based on Stonehill, Dr. Shemp is kind of based on Clifftown, Blowhard is kind of based on, well, either High Caves or Wizard Peak. Not Wizard Peak. High Caves, no, I guess High Caves. And then Metalhead, Terraced Village, I suppose? Even though it's got the enemies from Treetops, but it's got the general aesthetic of Terraced Village. But this one, it almost suggests to me that there's an unused level that this is based on, but it could just be a completely unique level because this is the boss of the 5th homeworld and shit's getting serious. I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence that all the other levels happen to look like things. I know I mumble sometimes, don't remind me. Sparks, will you just grab the fuckety gem? Because I kind of don't want to keep going this way just yet. Sparks, grab the fucking gem! I swear to fuck you are useless. This is a really stupid thing to get upset about, but I mean, goddamn. And that's the difference that charge jumping can make. And don't worry, fool, I'm not going to roast your ass just yet. No, I'm going to go around the other, because there was a fork in the path back here, and I'm going to go this way instead. Oh, I didn't even realise I'd missed some gems here. So, this level, this is kind of why I wanted to show off what I did when I was doing the Dreamweaver's Homeworld. When I first showed it off, I was on the way to Icy Flight. I was agonising over showing off how to cheese the fools because the way they interact with the geometry of the level. It's easier to flame the fool and get onto the platform that they affect than it is to actually play ball with what they want you to do. And I forget which fool activates this platform here. Could it be that the fool down here activates both? I hope not, but possibly. The fool! You're making a fool of both of us. No? Okay, so it's not that one. Could it be that one over there? Well, no, because that fool turns on that wedding cake platforms. Really? Really? Ugh. I swear you don't actually need to do charge jumps to get through this level, but I keep getting rejected. Oh, maybe well, there are 2 fools here. Yeah, each one only... Spyro, why did you stop? I was still pressing the control-y movie buttons. And once again, these fools, you have to get both of them in order to, like, as I just demonstrated, really. Activating both fools... There. Really? Really? What just happened? What? Okay, you saw that. I got that glitch on camera. For some reason, the layer cake went back down and then back up again, and then it acted like it was up when it was deflating, and it looks like a wedding cake. Shut up. That was a nuisance, but I did the thing. Now, I don't remember which fool affects that pillar over there. We'll have to come back for it later, I suppose. And no, I'm gonna have to reactivate the wedding cake, I think. Which must sound so strange out of context. I'm painfully aware of this. So yes, let's head back this way and hopefully not fuck up the jumps again. And we've wrapped back around to where we just were. Although, you see, we were down there before and we've gone this way instead. I appreciate the forked path of this level. But I don't remember which fool turns off the pillar over there, and so we're gonna miss an entire dragon if I don't do something about it. Extra life. Yum yum. That's one thing that I have to give this game props for, even though I feel like the age of the extra life in the video game is kind of long since past, because these aren't arcade games anymore. There's no reason to limit the number of times a player can retry playing a game. I've had that discussion before, maybe not on camera, but I do agree that they're kind of a dated... Like, even when this game was released, it was kind of a dated concept. But at least this game lets you keep your lives between playthroughs. Like, if you... What I mean is, if you save and quit when you have 27 lives, when you next boot up that save file, you'll still have 27 lives. Whereas with the likes of Mario Galaxy, for example, if you can save and quit with 37 lives, and then when you reload the game, you'll have 5. Because, fuck you, that's why. It seems completely arbitrary and useless. Anyway, other dragon, reveal.
Any advice before this battle?
Advice.
A wise dragon once told me, aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
Now, I don't remember much about this boss, but as I recall, it's set up to look like another standard enemy with 3 hits, but I think he just runs away. Well, okay, he throws shit at you and then runs away, but I think he only has 1 hit point. So... oh, no, maybe not, I don't know. On TV Tropes, he's listed as being a 1 hit point wonder. But apparently... not. So TV Tropes must have been mistaken then, because... these platforms won't rise until you hit the boss in each arena, but... he doesn't even attack. He does attack, because we just saw him attack, but... he's just sitting there waiting for me to punch him in the face with fire. Although he's very good at running away, I'll give him that. But once he gets to his... he's a jack in a box on a box. Boing into... okay! Okay, that was uncalled for. Well, I was going to say I'm glad that didn't kill me, but once again, dicked over by ledges, platforms, and... oh, and you can charge through his attacks as well, which makes him even feebler as a boss. I am most offended, though. Being killed by his death animation. That's its own brand of insulting. Now, maybe that platform's bearing in mind there are a load of platforms in this area that would only rise once I'd hit him. Yes, that's totally participable. Once I'd hit the boss a certain number of times, maybe that's what's brought down the platform over yonder. I feel like it should be tied to a fool. Maybe I just had to hit both of the fools in the starting area. That feels like it's the sort of thing this game would do. So pardon me, I could cut out the trip back, but I've cut out plenty of this episode already, so... nyeh. Like, N-Y-E-X. It was as well, it was that bonus fool. Now I just have to wait for it to run out, and then... yep, there we go. Huh. Well, I mean, props to the design team for that one, then. Unica! Or Unica, perhaps.
Thank you for releasing me.
So is he unique, or a eunuch? Because I think that's a testicle joke. And we have 2 ways to go here, I think. Is that the way back? Because this isn't. I think this is the one case where the fool doesn't affect an obviously marked platform, it does just straight up affect the geometry of the level. Like one of the druids from the Magic Crafters worlds. Now, I believe, if you're playing through the Japanese version for some reason, it's in this, somewhere fairly high up on this glide is where you'll find the dragon egg for this, because even the boss levels have dragon eggs in them. And it's very, well, as far as I've seen, it's very difficult to get because it's obscenely high up, and bearing in mind, Spyro can't run very fast in the Japanese version. As I mentioned before, in the Japanese version, his charging speed is Spyro's walking speed in this game, in the Western releases. Which also means that Haunted Towers is much harder as a level, because you can't get as far before the Super Flame runs out, because you can't charge as fast. And there's that bit that I showed off with the where you have to outrun the wave of green magic that brings the suits of armor to life, because Spyro can't run as fast, so he can't outrun that anywhere near as easily. So, in making the game a bit more child-sensitive, they've made the game significantly harder to the point of it being almost impossible. So, that's kind of... I think they released Spyro 2 in Japan, but then they didn't bother porting Spyro 3 because it didn't sell very well. What do you mean I can't flame when I'm descending? That's very rude. They didn't bother porting Spyro 3 because the first 2 sold so poorly, and they thought it was because the series wasn't popular over there, when in fact it was just because they'd done such a shit job localizing it. Attempt number 5, and despite everything that's happened in this episode, it was being caught on the lip of a platform that saved me for once. So I suppose we're even. It screwed me over enough times, but then it saved me in the end. And now, I could just end the episode now. Okay, fuck you. Typical. Well, I exchanged a life in order to have full health. Now, I could just pause and hit exit level. I'm perfectly within my rights to do that because I'm done here. There's no reason why I should have to go and hit the exit portal of this level, and this game doesn't track that. I think it tracks the first one just to measure whether or not you're eligible to get into Toasty, but other than that, there's no obligation to hit the exit portals. But as I said early on in this playthrough, that's a thing that I shall be doing, and I cannot be stopped from doing this, even if it does artificially extend the episode by a little bit. And for some reason, the fact that those monsters have flowers and wear dresses, they look prettier than they would be if they weren't. I could barely tell that I hit that fool. I don't know, those monsters that have flowers, they look a little bit prettier. Why have you been revived? Oh yeah, because I died. Duh. Wait, but no, didn't I get another dragon after defeating you? Why did you respawn, you fuck bucket? Oh, maybe I died and then he respawned and then I got the dragon. That's probably what the situation is. I could just end the episode. Why am I dragging this out? Why am I dragging this out? Oh, I make no apologies for that. If anything, the jump through this level means that you have to hit him more times than other bosses, not fewer. TV tropes, get your shit together. Don't worry, I didn't die on that previous attempt. I just missed the platform, but I was able to glide down to relative safety on the platform as well. I just had to come around a second time. It's no big deal, human. So, there we go. We have now 100%ed the game, except for the last homeworld. So, do you feel good? Well, why? Because it was me that's doing all the heavy lifting. But in any case... I have been, or will continue to be, Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next episode we're going to take on the last homeworld of the game. Yes, very well indeed. Those weren't words. The last world is Nasty's homeworld. So, in the next episode, we're going to head there. So, see you then.